Hey friends, I just wanted to talk to you guys about what I've been reading lately. It's not been a lot and it's not been super exceptional, but I did want to chat with you guys about a few of the books. So this is my April spread in my reading journal and we're just gonna go through the books. So I read So This Is Love by Elizabeth Lim. This is part of the Twisted Tales series that Disney kind of puts out. I've read a few in this series and typically they take the traditional Disney classic fairy tale and they put a spin on it. And I feel like for the ones that I've read, the spin has been interesting. And it's been kind of different. I mean, I haven't loved all of the books, but at least it's felt like they put some thought into changing up a twist. And whereas for this one, it wasn't all that creative of a twist. It didn't even really feel like a twist. It just kind of felt like Cinderella meets the Goose Girl. So it didn't really feel like there was any solid twist in the story. It was just maybe a different version of the story. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but if you've read any of, I'm thinking specifically of the Beauty and the Beast one from this series. That one had like a really interesting twist that really changed the story. Whereas this one, it just felt like it was another version of Cinderella. I don't know. It was good, just not the interest level I was expecting. I actually read 4 Mrs. Jeffries this month. So I think I love the Mrs. Jeffries series and I will absolutely continue reading it. I feel like 4 in 1 month might be a bit much because I did feel a bit of fatigue because Emily Brightwell, when she writes these stories, I think she's writing them in a way that if you don't read them in order, it's okay. There is some like storyline threads that go throughout the whole series, but it doesn't seem imperative necessarily to read them in order because of the way she tells it. Because in every book she gives all of the information you need, like who is Mrs. Jeffries to the inspector, why is the whole staff helping him, why does he not know that the whole staff is helping him, you know, so she kind of covers all of the bases in every book. That part gets a little tedious when you do read them in order because it's not information that you need, you know, because you've read the whole series up until now. So yeah, I don't know. That's a bit of a quirk in this series, I guess. But overall, I do like this series. I would recommend it if you like an Agatha Christie-esque storytelling. It's very like Murder, She Wrote, or I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain that kind of crime-solving storytelling approach, but I feel like you guys might get it. Then I read Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. This one was fine. Nothing overly special about it. I gave it a 3-star. It was just kind of, it was good. Yeah. I did read, the last 2 that I read were 2 Christian nonfictions, which I highly recommend both of them. So Grace by Max Lucado. His books are really good, and I feel like they lend themselves really well to a book club. And so I read Grace for a book club that's run in my church. So I do feel like it's a very good book club choice. Because it does kind of, Max Lucado does kind of write in a way where it's very like applying biblical truths to like your everyday life. That's kind of like his approach to his nonfiction. And it's done in a way that I feel like could meet people in various stages of their walk with Christ. For me, maybe not, I don't know. For me, I like a little bit more exposition of the Bible and like exploring deep truths from the Bible. I don't know if there's really no distinction in what I'm saying. I understand, but I'm trying to get something across and I don't think it's coming across. But I just like more meat in my Christian nonfiction. I always come back to thinking about like Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis, where it's so in depth and like you have to read the book so many times in order to even grasp what he's trying to say. I like that kind of exposition of the Bible. So this is very good. Grace was very, very good. I did appreciate the conversation that it produced in our group. It was very good conversations that we had. So I think it's a great book. So yeah, I'm sure if you've read Max Lucado, you understand what I'm saying. And then the next one that I read was 12 Ways Your Phone is Changing You. So this is another one where it's more of applying truths to your life. So this one is specifically talking about the fact that we all have cell phones in our hand all day long, every day, and a little bit on the technology internet aspect as well, because it's on our phone. So, so 12 Ways Your Phone is Changing You. I highly recommend this one. I give it 5 stars. It was very, very good. I would reread it again because there was some concepts in there that were interesting. Just kind of learning about how having a cell phone at your disposal, having the internet, having notifications on every time somebody wants to even, I don't know, say hi. You know, the fact that someone can say hi to you at any point of the day with no reason, like it takes you out of your day to read this message, and even if it's just hi, and it can be a good change and it can be a bad change. So there's a lot to dissect in the fact that we do have cell phones in our hands all day long, every day. So it was very interesting. I highly recommend this one. And it is a Christian author, and he does take a Christian approach and does talk about how this influences our relationship with God and things like that. So yeah, highly recommend it. So that sums up what I've read lately. Not a lot, nothing mind-blowing, no 5-star fiction. And then I'll just throw out there, I did DNF a book called Winter's Tale by Mark Halperin. This is a book that I had never heard about. I just bought it at the thrift store, and I think there's a unicorn on the cover, so then I grabbed it. And then when I went to open the audiobook, I realized it's actually a movie. So then I was like, oh, this could be good then. No, do not touch this book. From the brief amount that I read, it seemed like there was going to be a prominent presence of like sexual activity, and at the beginning our main character is a minor, so that's just terribly off-putting, and I do not recommend it for anyone. I don't know how books like this become movies. How do so many people read books like this with that kind of content and think, let's make this into a movie? So yeah, I definitely don't want to watch the movie, because maybe they skip over those parts of the movie, maybe they make him older in the movie, I don't know, but I'm just not here for it. So anyway, I don't know what to say, you guys. Maybe I'm in need of a break. Like, I honestly haven't read physically or through audiobook in like 2 days, and that's 3 days? 4 days? 3 days. I don't know. Anyway, that's not normal for me. I have an audiobook going literally every day. So, yeah. Maybe I am going into a phase of rest from reading. I don't know. I've been exploring things with the Lord lately, so we'll see, I guess. I don't know. But let me know what you've been reading. Is there something that you recommend? Maybe I'm just in a reading slump and I need that special book to pull me out. So if you have any recommendations, shoot them at me. Let me know. I want to hear about your recommendations, and I want to hear what you've been reading and loving lately. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in whatever comes next. Bye!